Alright, we got back to the league races van. We're back with FTRL for round number 5, I think, of Div 1, which is at Hungary. Now, we did this not too long ago, or sorry, I did this not too long ago in TTML.
Okay.
How did that race go? I don't even remember.
Why is Yogi?
I think I finished somewhere in the top something. I don't know. I can't remember. But anywho, dry qualifying, dry race, thankfully. So, yeah, happy with at least that. Because I was only expecting rain. Because you know, when where it can rain, it probably will. So, why I spent so much time dawdling in this menu, I don't know. I had. I'm still working on my setups, but this is one of the ones I had. Oh, this is actually, sorry, this is the first, sorry, I remember now. This is the first race where the setups, I had to do the setups again. I remember now. Yeah, so setups largely the same. I just tweaked down the tire pressures a bit. This was a really, what was this lap? This lap was I think it was 17 or a 15-3. But there was loads of scope for improvement. You can see how much scope for improvement there was. So well, it doesn't matter how much because I invalidated here just about. But I wanted to see what I could do anyway. So at this point on, I was pushing quite hard. Exit here was a little messy. I got up on that curve. But I want you to see how this lap unfolded, despite that monumental error, and how much time was on the table. What time could have been possible? I didn't think a 14 was possible if everything went right. Now, obviously, look, grain of salt, because I obviously, if I hadn't I wouldn't have extended that in, or at least I like to think I wouldn't have extended it because if my lap was still valid, because I knew the lap was invalid, I can't went for it. But these last two corners were where really the time really was. But despite that horseshit lap, I still managed to improve, an invalid lap, but improve nevertheless, so I could only chuckle at that afterwards. But anyway, it's P11, which actually isn't too bad. 14.9 would have put me in a nice little spot in 5th or 6th or so. I think 6th, so yeah, but 11's not bad, that could be worse, that could certainly be worse. I'd rather be 11th than, they say, 8th or something, so that's not too bad. Strategy, we'll go on the mediums and see how we get on. Medium soft apparently is possible. I don't like the idea of that, but well, you can. We'll go mediums, we'll go long, see what the story is, and then we'll go from there. So, anywho, about a lap and a bit of fuel. Again, I always want to do less fuel because I know there's going to be a safety car or something, but I just you just don't want to take the risk. You just never quite know. Anywho, here we go then. 35 laps around Hungary, always a doozy. And away we go. It's an average start. Revved a little bit there, but we're going to have a nice little space to kind of go into on the outside here, which is fine. We'll try and get, I think that's Noah rather, and a bit of a squiggle coming out of turn 1, so I Tom around inside me, and I want to keep ahead of Tom if I can. And I kind of pent in a little bit by the McLaren of Adam, and Tom gets a better run there, and the VSC is deployed. Damn it, he caught me. So some accidents behind, but anyways, we're down to 12th. So Tom obviously got me then. So yeah. Anywho, get underway with the VSC here. Immediately trying to defend from Zumpy, who's on soft compound tires. So. This gap kind of closed quickly on the break into turn 1, but I'm going to survive this for the time being, at least. But I know obviously the softs are, I think it's a 1.4 second a lap difference. I had a random skipping footage there from, not my recording, but on PlayStation because it's stupid. But anyway, Zumpy gets me into turn 4. So, anyways, I can't keep him behind for too long on that. So we move down a place, and then there's Joe and Dan behind. So I'm really just trying to stay with this group in front here now. And still within a second, lap 8, goes Zumpy going for a move on Sway. How I avoided that, I don't know. There had to be millimeters between contact. I'm amazed with the contact model and the boundaries sometimes that I actually did not register as hitting him. But that was very, very close. But alas, a bit of a lucky one there, but we gained a position nevertheless. Lap 14, so basically anyone who, medium guys haven't pitted yet essentially is where we're at with this. You see a few penalties around. Tom got his quite early. Dan has got his as well, and Tico. So there's a few penalties. Tico's made a stop, of course. There's a few penalties floating around. So I was going to pit on lap 14 because I was thinking Dan might go for the undercut. I was thinking of going in this lap regardless, but I decided I was very... To be honest, if Dan was 3 or 4 tenths behind me heading onto that main straight, I was going to box. If I felt he was going to overtake me that straight, I was going to box. But I was about 7 or so tenths ahead, and I thought I would just stay out because I know he won't be able to overtake me. So, stayed out. The safety car is deployed. Dan's already lost it. I think, was that Adam who retired? I think it was Adam who retired. So we got a safety car at a nice time because now we can come in. The problem is, this is the problem that ended the pap thing, because I have to go on to hards here because softs don't go to the end. And I'm going to box here. There's no need to not make this stop. The problem is then, because those guys who started on softs went on a different compound tyre, they can go on to mediums from here on out and go to the end, whereas I can't. I can't go medium. I'd have to make another stop. So you're going to see how much this really... And it's not like this. It's just the nature of it. Like it's a perfect chance to come in for mediums. You know, if you started on softs and they've already boxed, you're going to have an inherent advantage over anyone who's to pit onto hards, which is myself, and you see Sway just gets ahead there, which is myself, Tom, Joe, and I think Dan as well. Although I think Dan may have come in do the double box just to get the tyres. Anywho, we'll get underway once again. We're actually in a good place here. We're going to 6th place, but a lot of guys on mediums behind. Yeah, thank you for another skip PlayStation. I appreciate it. Anywho, we're going to survive at least, but this is so weird. The hards are so shit. But at the same time, I felt like if they had enough time to wear in, they could have been okay. I don't know, it was a strange mix between the two. Like, if they were shit and they were also I don't know. You see how much I'm struggling with them, though. I'm surprised Dutch was as patient as he was behind me. But he does... I'm not going to fight this, obviously. So, he's going to have the inside. I think Fox... It looks like he's trying to have a go as well. Heading into turn 2, he's definitely going to have a go. And... I didn't defend this one maybe as much as I should have, but anywho, he's just, there's not much you can say there. He's get the hell out of dodge there before the corner. Having to get off the throttle a little bit there, a little bit of the square is going to allow Lynx to run up to turn 4 as well, and again get the hell out of dodge there. So I'm just bleeding. Tom's able to hold his positions okay for now, but I am bleeding positions on these hards. They were really, really bad, like they were a really bad tyre. Lap 20 of 35, Zumpy is going to be next here. Now, again, he's on mediums instead. Dan's on mediums too. So, not much I can do with this. But again, it's a 1.4 or so second delta or so between the two tyres, I think. So, it's sorry, that's softs mediums, but it's still not nice compared to mediums. So, anywho, there goes Zumpy, and then a lap later, or lap 21 rather, Dan hits lap 22. Dan's going to go here as well, and. Again, I'm not going to fight this because it's impossible. Like, how do you? There's no fighting that. So, yeah, and Andy having a sniff as well on his medium. So, there's not much I could do about it really. The car was really bad on the hards. Lap 23, Fox is round. I'm not sure who he had contact with or if he had contact with anyone. But anywho, he is off. So that's a 1 position gain at least. But Andy's still on my ass, so I don't know how much I can really defend this. Really, I just don't know because the tires are really bad. Lap 25, he's got DRS going to go defensive. He's later on the brakes. Is Andy? I drift wide. I just don't have the confidence on these hards, and he nips in there, and Zumpy is going to crash out here at turn 4, and that is going to deploy another safety car. And I mean, the choice is pretty simple for most people. You're going to pit for softs. Well, I'm certainly going to pit for softs to the end here. So we'll see who is in a position where they have to value track position more so than being on the best tyres at the end of the race. I have nothing to lose from this point because if I was still in P6 or so from earlier on, then I would probably consider staying out. But it's a no-brainer for where I'm at now, to be fair. So I'm going to put on the set of softs. Of course, I saved a set and a fresh set in quali. And I didn't start on a fresh set to start the race, so we have that to our advantage. And a track with as high a tyre wear as Hungary, that can be really beneficial. So again, this is why I only do 2 runs. You never quite know how it's going to break out. You might need them, you might not need them. Anywho, We're going to go on board for part of this lap 27 to get underway once again. We're in P8, so there's been a lot of DNFs in this race. And there's plenty of penalties in front, and we're kind of close to the range where you won't be driving too far away from someone at this stage of the race. So, but I need to close up a bit here to Andy. There are some people who are on the harder tyres in front, so not everyone box. So this is going to kind of box the field up a little bit in these first few laps as kind of we go through it, as people on quicker tyres get through people on slower tyres. This was the pick of the bunch, I reckon. Tom and Dan come together. I swing to the left to try and avoid, because I'm not sure that Tom's car's on the ghost. There's two cars on the left. I was conscious that Fox was on the inside as well, so I left him the space. So that kind of shook things up a little bit. That was messy stuff. Holy shit. We move up though to P7. That becomes P6 after Link's. I think Link's came in and comes in contact with Dan as well. I'm not too sure, but anywho, we're up to P6 now. There's penalties in front, so anything's up for grabs, and my MVP teammate Flippin gets out of dodge. He was on harder tyres, so leaves me to attack, and my next opponent here is Matthew. And of course I party with Matthew, and I wasn't sure what the story was going to be there. I almost hit into the back of him here in the second to last corner. He's got DRS on Dan still, so I want to overtake him ASAP because I'm on soft tyres. He's on old mediums. He's using his battery here as well, because you can see I'm not really reeling him in. I'm using as much battery as I can, barely reeling him in. But I knew he was going to have to go a lot early on the brakes, and he left the door open, so I went through it. But I was chatting to him afterwards. He wasn't sure if he was going to leave this or not, or because he used the battery heading down the main straight, so I wasn't sure what the story was. But yeah, just you can see the difference in braking between the hard and the soft there, or the medium and the soft rather. Lap 35, this is the last lap of the race. Dan got himself, he had 2 penalties, then got himself a third one on the last lap. And I can't believe it. It's been a long time coming, but we're going to be back on an FTRL Division 1 podium.
Yes.
And
yes,
I am very happy.
Yes.
Very happy with that. And that's been a long time coming.
God.
Just
Fuck you, Dan.
we're back.
Yes.
The chaos, man. When the chaos comes out, fucking Lizard King, he's back. When the chaos comes out, I'm
A bit longer.
in a good spot to usually take advantage, and a lot of chaos unfolded there. But I think some rustiness after the holidays showed. But anywho, very happy. Very happy with that. That was again, these opportunities, they don't come along too often, so you have to be able to take them with both hands. I feel like last season there wasn't really a podium opportunity for me. I got 4th in Singapore, but I don't really think there's a huge podium opportunity. Whereas this one had to take it, and happy to say I did. So yeah, just making the most of the chances you get really when the time comes. So very happy with that. A couple of DNFs for some of my competitors will help me in the standings whenever those are ready to go. I don't think I'll hold on releasing this video until they're up, because I can never be sure when they're actually going to be up. But anywho, that's going to do it for round number 5, I believe, of FTRL at Hungary. Next up is it Canada? I'm actually not sure. But anywho, thanks for watching, and until next time.